Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. So today I'm going to be tuning into the energy of our collective here on YouTube, and I will be channeling messages from the collective Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Now, keep in mind that these are just labels to describe energies. They are not necessarily connected with any particular gender or anything of that regard. However, you could find that these divine masculine and divine feminine energies are played out in your life experience that could be internally, because of course we do all have a balance of internal divine masculine and divine feminine essence. But you could also see these energies playing out externally as well, in particular friendships, love situations, work situations, etc. Take the messages as they resonate, if they resonate for you personally. And of course, as I always say, always use your own intuition as your guide through these readings, because it's truly your intuition that is the guiding compass of your life. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the energy oracle cards, but also the traditional tarot cards, because I'm feeling really unusually pulled to begin with the traditional tarot card deck today. So I really feel like there is a message here for us. Okay, so right away we have the Six of Wands reversed. So someone I'm picking up on here, this could be a person you're connected to, is feeling as though they failed in some type of way, but also feeling at some type of disadvantage, almost as though they are feeling pitted in competition with someone else. I'm strongly picking up that this could be, if you are a divine feminine listening, a divine masculine or a masculine energy that is connected to you in some way. So I am going to see if I can channel some more messages from this card. Okay, we have Queen of Wands reversed. So I see you, Divine Feminine, showing up as the opposite energy, the Queen of Wands in the upright position here. You are someone who, the word magnetic is really coming out here. Someone who has a lot of magnetism, a lot of confidence that comes from a really deep, core, authentic place. But what I'm getting is that core confidence isn't really based in anything externalized necessarily, meaning you aren't the type of person, whoever I'm speaking to here, that needs to flaunt material things or physical things in order to derive confidence from that. You have a natural sense of confidence, and also my guides are saying a sense of yourself, and that goes unspoken as well. It feels as though this isn't something you need to communicate through signaling with different material things, physical things. This isn't something you even need to talk about. You don't even have to speak this level of confidence. It's something that comes deep from within yourself and radiates outward. In fact, I see someone being silent. So for the Divine Feminine I'm picking up on here, very often you might actually hold your silence when it comes to certain people, situations. Maybe when you're out and about or in a crowd, you might often be silent, and yet there is this very confident energy about you that comes from being one who is really connected with their spiritual identity. And when I say spiritual identity, I mean one who is very clear on who they are at a deeper core level in a world where many people are not so clear about who they are because of this artificial programming that we pick up throughout our lifetime from society, from people around us, etc. So that describes you, Divine Feminine. However, this card was reversed, and I feel that the reversal of this energy does not refer to you. For someone I'm picking up on here, it feels almost as though, and this message won't be for everyone, so only take this if it resonates. It feels like there may be a masculine that someone has been connecting with who has engaged with some kind of karmic energy that represents that Queen of Wands reversed energy, someone or something that is very opposite of you and your nature, Divine Feminine. Now, when I talk of this karmic that this masculine may have been engaging with, and again, this won't be for everyone, I feel that if this is for you, this isn't new information. This is something that you're already aware of, Divine Feminine. So if it's not connecting with something you already know, then this message is not for you. But I'm picking up that, yeah, someone here, a masculine here, is in a lot of emotional pain and wants to ask for forgiveness, and really is in this very low vibrational state, almost like a depressive sort of state, because of a particular situation where they feel like they put you, Divine Feminine, at odds with a very opposite energy. So again, this could be a person in their life. There may have been a literal relationship, connection, friendship with a karmic feminine energy that they valued above you or your energy, or that they let kind of create a rift between the two of you, Divine Feminine. And if that is the case, this person is sitting in a lot of regret over that. But I'm also getting that karmic energy could also represent, I'm hearing a lot of birds singing in confirmation to some of the messages. I don't know if you can hear that on the recording. So birds could also be a sign or some kind of synchronicity for someone as well. So I see that, again, whatever this person let create some kind of a rift, they're feeling in a lot of regret, and that word forgiveness is coming out very strongly. Like, this person might not be vocally in 3D approaching you asking for forgiveness, Divine Feminine, but regardless of what they're saying or doing in 3D, it's almost as though their soul is crying out and asking for forgiveness here. I feel them like on a soul level, on a deeper energetic level here, sitting in a lot of regret and wanting to start over, but feeling like they were very foolish and almost like they backed themselves into some kind of corner here with the 8 of Swords in the upright position. And they're feeling really anxious. I'm hearing painted themselves into a corner or backed themselves into a corner. And it feels like their choices here have created a lot of upheaval within this connection. And again, that the Fool card is coming out here. But this also connects with the number 0. And I see that number 0 as the masculine here, wanting to start over, wanting to start back at that ground zero of your connection, or thinking a lot about the beginning between the two of you, about the way things started. I'm getting the name Chelsea for someone, also the letter CH, which could be in someone's name. But of course, do keep in mind that whenever I channel specific names, letters, details, etc., these are typically meant for specific individuals. So they will not resonate with most listening, but I do like to share those details as they come through. So I almost feel as though this person's fear of change created change in the worst direction for them. They may have delayed on something when it came to you, Divine Feminine. With the Death card in the reverse position, it's almost as though you came into their life and sparked some kind of spiritual activation that led to a spiritual transformation. But this person was actually resisting that spiritual transformation because they were afraid of change. And again, this could have connected with some kind of karmic situation. I heard the name Mark or Marcus for someone. There could have been a karmic situation where this person didn't want to let go of some facet or aspect of themselves, their life, some relationship or connection in their life that was detrimental to them, that ultimately created a rift between the two of you. But I'm getting that now this person's inability to make those changes that your energetic presence, Divine Feminine, was pushing them to make is coming back around in the form of, well, we have the Judgment card. So it's almost like judgment is being brought down on this situation. And I don't mean that in a negative connotation, but in a balancing out kind of way, where it's necessary for the scales here to be balanced, where you, Divine Feminine, put a lot of energy, I'm hearing a lot of pure energy into this person, into this connection, this situation, whereas this person themselves was really unable to make those changes that your presence was inspiring within them. They were resisting that sense of intuition for what needed to change, what needed to transform in their life. And so now it's almost like things are forcibly being balanced out. And part of that balancing out has led to them in their physical 3D form feeling very disconnected from your Divine Feminine energy, your divine energy. However, I see you, Divine Feminine, really standing out right now as the Wheel of Fortune card. This card seems to most strongly represent your energy. Yes, there's been a lot of upheaval within this connection, and I see that there's been a lot of upheaval within your life as well. I'm seeing the number 3. I'm not sure if that connects with 3 years, 3 months. It could be March, the 3rd month of the year, the calendar year. I'm also getting the number 30 for someone. So someone could be in their 30s or be 30 years old here, or that number could hold some other kind of significance for you. So I see that this person's choices and decisions have really spun the Wheel of Fortune for you. Of course, the Wheel of Fortune represents upheaval in its own way, a very chance kind of energy. But whereas this shift in energy has brought down a lot of emotional pain for the masculine here, it's brought a lot of positive chance energy into your life, Divine Feminine. Now, of course, I do want to be clear when I say that this change has brought emotional pain into the life of the masculine here. This ultimately is for the purpose of his higher good. It's meant to really force that balancing out within himself and his life, to really push him into that. And so I don't really mean that in any kind of a negative sort of way or judgmental way from a human perspective. This is really meant to bring the highest spiritual transformation to the both of you here. I'm getting the letter name, or the letter J for someone, which my guides, I guess with that word name coming through, they could be indicating that J could also be a name. So that might be someone's name here. Okay, so here we have the Apathy card in the reverse position, the 4 of Cups reversed. So I see that you, Divine Feminine, because I'm really beginning to read into your energy here in this reading, you're being pushed to really begin seizing opportunities that are coming to you, that are aligning with you, to open that door of your heart and your life. I just keep hearing to saying yes to your life, yes to the experiences that come to you and that really light you up and that excite you. Now, of course, my guides also want me to clarify, this isn't a pushing energy. This is an aligning of energies. So this is you, Divine Feminine, being in that beautiful flow state. We call this flow state manifestation, focusing on lining up the energy, clearing your energy, clarifying the vision of what you desire to create, cultivate, attract into your life, and then using your powerful third eye, your powerful pineal gland to focus energy in that creative direction, and then to watch what shows up for you, what aligns with you in your life. I am getting with the Page of Swords upright that you are really letting your curiosity lead you at this time. Now, for some of you, this card also could indicate traveling or moving around, but this mainly represents this inspiration to really stay connected with that present moment of curiosity, that present moment of where do I want to go next? Where am I feeling guided to go next? Again, I'm seeing birds, even on this Page of Swords card, and also clouds. So one of those things could really be a symbol for someone listening. I see that when I talk about this ending of a period of stagnation for you, Divine Feminine, I'm picking up, first of all, that something may have been delayed in your life or required a lot of patience. I'm hearing requiring you to hold fast to your intentions, to stay the course in spite of uncertainty. I feel like for some Divine Feminine I'm picking up on, there's almost the energy of you had no choice but to just sit and continue to flow energy in a positive direction about the situation and allow it to unfold naturally. But there wasn't much you could do to push this forward by way of action. I don't know who I'm speaking to here. I know this won't be for everyone, but this could be related to work. I'm hearing promotion. This could be related to a business, to a relationship, to a friendship. It just feels like there was something in your life that either felt delayed in some way or that brought up this feeling of frustration from the human self because you were put in a situation where you couldn't really do anything on your end to move it forward. You had to wait for the time to be right. You had to focus on that energy alignment aspect of the situation within your mind and your meditation and your visualization, rather than being able to take any kind of concrete action steps to resolve it or to fix it or to change it in the physical world. And if that is the case, this end of a period of stagnation feels like it could be you really seeing some kind of breakthrough. That word breakthrough keeps coming through very strongly. Yeah, we have the Magician reversed. So actually, what I'm getting with this Magician card is almost like this card is both upright and reversed at the same time. This is the Alchemist card, the you stepping into your true empowerment card. And what I'm getting from this, when I say it feels upright and reversed, it feels like from a human perspective, things felt very frustrating because there were these delays and it felt like there wasn't really anything you could do physically in the 3D world to move a situation forward. Again, whether it's work-related, a relationship, a project. And yet, the reason this card also feels upright is because from a higher spiritual perspective, it feels almost like your guides planted you in a situation where there would be a loss of physical 3D control in order to train you more deeply into this practice of 5D manifestation, this true alchemy, this true process of energetic transmutation that we're coming into, meaning by being presented with a situation where you truly could not physically do anything to get yourself out of it or to push it into place or to resolve it, you have been in this training exercise for really coming into your true power, learning that even in those situations where you feel really stuck, or trapped or like there's nothing you can do. Your true power is always your ability to flow energy. You can shift the vibration, the energy of any connection, any situation, any friendship, any workplace environment, simply through the immense power of your thoughts. And so I feel that someone has been trained more deeply into that true power through this potential frustration and even through these potential delays in your life or in your connections. With the Hanged Man coming out here, yeah, this has the energy of being in this kind of void, being stuck between these two things. And I'm seeing that if you've been feeling stuck in some way in your life, in your relationships, almost like you're stuck between two different things, what's really happening is you are experiencing a microcosm of what is happening collectively. This shift from 3D into 5D consciousness. So anywhere you're feeling trapped or stuck or uncertain, this is most likely on a smaller scale, individually, representing what is happening collectively, where we are shifting from being physically, materially 3D oriented to being 5D oriented, to stepping back into our true power as the energetic beings that we are. We are more energy than we are physical, and we are learning that those of us who are paving the way into this 5D new earth reality, which is a shift in mentality, a shift in perspective. And I feel like someone has really been going through a massive shift in their perspective, which actually represents an intense energetic up-leveling that's taken place within you that is actually positively transforming everything in your life. So I feel someone's guides very bluntly saying, don't be hard on yourself if something has felt delayed, if you felt stuck in some type of way. We are learning that it's not about timing, it's not about action, pure action in the physical world. It's not about the material. It's about what we're doing energetically, how we are flowing energy or blocking energy. It's about things aligning energetically and then naturally flowing together physically. I'm also getting something very specific about timing. So for someone listening, it might feel to your human self like you've been quote unquote stuck in something for a very long time. But we are letting go of these 3D concepts of time, which have kept us really limited. In the 5D new earth reality, instant manifestation is possible, meaning that when we envision something or imagine something, it's immediately accessible to us energetically. And as we flow energy in that direction, it can very quickly come into our physical reality. Of course, this doesn't mean that we snap our fingers and things literally show up out of thin air, because that is still something that most of the collective would be very blocked to imagining. So there is such a strong belief blockage there collectively that for most, something like that would not be possible, of course, and it would defy some of the laws of physics of our physical plane reality that we live in. So we can only really access that true instant manifestation in the astral or in dream state. But when I say instant manifestation, what I mean is instantaneously you can access the energy, the frequency of anything. And as you begin to embody that energy and that frequency, it very quickly comes together in the physical world and flows into your life through the most effortless pathway. So we are beginning to come into that power, but it's a very challenging sort of training exercise. It's very intensive because much of the collective consciousness is still living in fear, still living in 3D entirely, not aware of this spiritual world that is all around us, in this energy that is always accessible to us from within. So with the card 4 of Coins, a letting go of the old, releasing, and also with Knight of Wands reversed. So what I see this representing for you, Divine Feminine, is letting go of unbalanced connection. Because there may have been someone in your life who is coming up as that Knight of Wands reversed energy. This is someone who is all words but no action, meaning that they might make a lot of promises that they don't deliver on. They might act as though they are going to give certain types of energy or time or affection that never come through. I'm hearing empty promises. This could be really any masculine figure in your life, Divine Feminine. This also could be an energy. So this could be an energy that you engaged with at work or in your friendships, where you would overgive to this person, or you would believe their words over their energy. You wouldn't trust what your intuition was saying about this person, this energy, this situation. You would listen to what they were trying to show you, or what they were trying to make you believe in the physical 3D world. All the while, your intuition was telling you that something about this energy was very unbalanced. It wasn't giving back to you. It wasn't serving your highest good. But because you couldn't fully understand that consciously through the human mind, you may have given in to this person or this situation for a while. Because of the empty promises, you may have continued to allow this thing to drain your energy because you were participating with it in an unbalanced way. I just keep seeing someone like over giving their love energy, their heart energy, not supporting that with a strong solar plexus, with a strong core and strong boundaries to preserve self-respect and self-honor. Yeah, I feel like someone let their boundaries be trampled on in the past, and this person or situation, for whoever I'm speaking to, may still be trying to engage with you in this way, Divine Feminine, but you have transcended this, which means that anytime this person does try to engage with you in that old pattern of imbalance, you are going to feel it incredibly strongly in your energetic field in a way that feels very uncomfortable, uneasy to you, more so than ever before. This is because your intuitive signals have gotten so much louder as you have radically opened your third eye chakra and your throat chakra. You are extremely connected to the energy of truth, to how that truth is being relayed to you through your intuitive signals at all levels and layers: the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic, which really it's all energy translated in different ways. But I do feel there may be a few additional messages here for you. In that situation, by the way, my guides also want me to say, if that is a person, know that part of this 5D reality that we are beginning to embody, to come into, is learning that everyone is simultaneously experiencing two versions of themselves. So when we talk about 3D and 5D, one way to understand these two versions is the 5D self and the 3D self. Another way to understand this is it's sometimes called the higher self or the lower self. This is the physical self versus the spiritual self. And most people are taught to believe that all we are is flesh and bone physical, and the physical labels and identities that come along with our birth in this physical lifetime. But as we awaken spiritually, we realize that we are so much more than the skin that we are embodying, than the identity that we are incarnating as. We begin to tap into that deep inner knowing of a soul identity, that higher self identity that transcends this one lifetime and this one identity, and connects us all into oneness as we realize that we've all experienced many lifetimes of different perspectives and different human identities. And so what I'm getting is, you are really holding the space for the higher self, the spiritual identity of those that you are connected in with in this life. So this could be friends, coworkers. For many of you, this could be in a relationship. And your true power means you do have the ability to hold space for others to transform or to allow themselves to open to this higher version of themselves. You can facilitate. You can't, of course, push or force that opening or that change, but you can hold space for it and you can facilitate it. And so the reason I'm bringing that up is because for some of you listening, there may be a particular connection or situation that feels a bit hopeless or overburdening or uncertain, where there is this complication of feelings, where part of you is desiring to connect with this person, and another part of you recognizes that in the past you've had a pattern with this person of participating in an unbalanced way, and it's like you desire to release the unhealed and unbalanced aspects of that person or situation, but to connect with those higher aspects that you've always felt, that you've sensed at a deeper level as the very intuitive being that you are. And your guides want you to know that that desire to connect with someone where things have been unbalanced could be speaking to the fact that you are aware that a transformed version of that connection and of that person and of that relationship does exist energetically, that is accessible. But of course, free will does also exist. So where you can hold space for that person's transformation, and that's really all you can do. You, of course, cannot make those transformative decisions and choices for them. But I do see you being a powerful facilitator for others around you to be able to open more to their spiritual self, to that deeper level soul identity. And I just felt the need to share that because it's a very powerful impact that many of you who especially connect as the divine feminine are having unconsciously, but in a very real way, on anyone that you are interacting with physically at this time. So I'm going to close this reading for now with one final Rumi Oracle guidebook card. If this reading is connecting with you in a personal way, I will be heading over to our Soul Tribe on Patreon to take a deeper look at these messages and channel more information for all of you who are tapped in there on Patreon or who do decide to join on Patreon after this reading. So if you are feeling guided to explore the extended reading on Patreon, I'll be leaving a link to that in the pinned comment and the description box, which is under this video. So for now, let's go ahead and read a guidebook message from the Rumi Oracle. This is the number 17 card, and the numbers 1 and 7 may be very significant to someone listening. O heart, what is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved, yet so much treason comes from you. Such kindness is offered by the beloved, yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved, yet so much fault and failure comes from you. Such attraction is offered by the beloved, with sweetness and generosity, yet such jealousy comes from you with so much doubt and suspicion. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, rise up from your doubts and admonishments and let your human self be loved. Be kind to your heart. You may believe it to be weary from doubt and distrust, so much heartbreak and so many agonies, yet still it beats. Still it persists, with unquestioning allegiance to life. What a grand heart it is, this sacred heart of yours. How can it be worthy of anything other than tenderness, gratitude, acknowledgement, and appreciation? Do not plague your heart with falsehoods and expectations of some disembodied perfection. The perfection of your heart is that it loves still, even if you try to stop it with some notion of self-protection from future hurt through doubt or fear. Still it loves. It is perfection that it hopes even after despair, that it holds compassion even after experiences of fear. Let your heart be honored and loved by you. Imagine that you can crack open a window in the dustiest chamber of your own heart temple and let the light of the divine stream in. So that feels like a really beautiful place to close this reading. And again, I will be channeling a lot more deeply in the extended Patreon reading. So if you are feeling interested in learning more about that reading, you can click the link in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Otherwise, I am sending you so much love today. Thank you for tuning in and quite literally co-creating these readings along with me. I do invite you to subscribe if you haven't yet. Join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at @magnetizeyourself. Have a beautiful day and remainder of your week. And I will talk to you again in Friday's reading.